Hey, what's going on, guys? Nike Simmons here. Mid-workday video here. Last night, me and the guys tried the new Overwatch game mode, Overwatch Stadium. We were all really excited. We wanted to give it a look. And today, I've had a night and a morning to think about it, and I wanted to give my first impressions. Now, I've been playing Overwatch since 2016, almost 10 years. I've played many different ranks, all the way from gold, all the way to GM at my peak. So I feel like I'm decently qualified to just give my humble opinion about how the gameplay felt. So my first thing I'd like to say is I respect the devs. Lately, they've been doing a lot of fan service. They've been listening to a lot of community feedback. You know, people like Flats who have a lot of sway in the, just kind of represent how a lot of people feel. They've been listening to him and other content creators. So that's really great. They've been doing a good job giving us new content. And I also respect them putting this game mode out because you can tell they put a lot of work into it. When you get in, it's like, holy crap, this is like a whole nother game. So I'm really impressed with them putting in the work and just giving us something fresh. So that's awesome as somebody who likes this Overwatch, just seeing them try to, bring in new people, satisfy longtime players. That's awesome. Now, the gameplay. So it's basically best of 7 with 3 or 4 different game modes. I can't remember how many exactly. There's a couple new maps, but they're all kind of shrunk down, right? So one of them, for example, is Nepal, but instead of playing best out of 3, it's just one of the control maps, right? So it's best of 7 for each round, or each game. The one we played went to 7 games, just under 30 minutes, but it was exhausting. By the end, our team ran out of stamina, me and the boys. The other team were kind of kicking our ass after game 5. The last 2 games, we kind of got stomped. So it felt like a long time, and I'll touch on that kind of again near the end. They added a couple robot maps and one new kind of like King of the Hill map, I believe it was, or was that a Clash game mode? I can't remember. But the new maps were okay. I like the new maps. They look good. Next up would be the heroes. So there's a limited amount of heroes, and you're going to be playing for 30 minutes, so you better pick a hero that you're good at. Now, I played Reaper. I played a shit ton of Reaper, and by the end, I was still exhausted. I wanted to switch. So you better play somebody that you like playing, and a role too. If you're a tank main, you should probably just tell your boys, hey, let me play tank. The whole premise is each round you get to build your own perks and build up your hero throughout the whole entire game. So each round you can add new perks, and it reminds me a lot of Deadlock. That's the only game that I've played that had similar feeling to it. You go to the shop and you upgrade you can buy and sell your abilities and customize it. Now with Deadlock, every time you were in spawn or when you died, you could buy and sell your perks. There were little shops throughout the map that you could stop to. That's not the case with Overwatch Stadium. You actually can only do it in between rounds. So it can be kind of annoying that if you don't have enough time, you're still learning them all, you're trying to read them all, you feel a little rushed. And that's going to be the case for a while as people are still getting used to, all the different perks. And it's a little bit overwhelming. And by a little bit, I mean, it's really overwhelming. If you've never played Overwatch before, it's going to be a lot. And I've played a lot of Overwatch and it was still a lot. So there's a lot to choose from. It's a little overwhelming and it's going to take time to learn all the different perks, which is fine. It's a new game mode. Hopefully as time goes on, you get more comfortable with all the different options. Wish you could kind of, in the spawn, I wish that you could add and change your perks within the spawn, not just in between rounds. Next up would be the visuals. So Overwatch is still a beautiful game. It always has been since it won Game of the Year in 2016. It still looks great, but Stadium's in third person. And for somebody who's been playing the game for a long time, that was really jarring. It was tough for me to play. I just felt like my accuracy was crap. We were playing against a Genji and I was like all over the place trying to get him. That's gonna take some getting used to. I don't know if you can even switch it. I was trying to look through the settings to see if I could. I couldn't. So if you can switch it, I'm gonna have to learn to, but if you can't, I want that to be an option ASAP. Could just be a skill issue with the third person thing, but I didn't really care much for it. This seems to be a game mode that's geared towards everybody that kind of complains. They say, oh, counterwatch, you're countering, oh, it's lame. But in my opinion, countering has been a core mechanic of Overwatch for a long time. It's a game of chess. If somebody's playing a hero that, you feel like you can play against them better with, then switching to the other hero is a core component of the game. I like switching heroes, and then also I like, the relatively quick games. Comp can go on for a little bit, but at least in comp, I could switch up my heroes. There's a little bit more freedom to the game. I would say I'm still going to give Stadium a shot, but of course it may grow on me. I'm going to keep playing it. We got all my buddies were playing it, so we had basically a full team. So that helps too. So, it's exciting. At this time, it's all right. that's my thoughts. I hope you guys are having fun playing Overwatch or whatever other games you're playing, and thanks for tuning in and listening. And yeah, hope you have a great day. Peace.